So this is the week 1 recap for Chase. So to start this week, we introduced what's called the clicker. The clicker is what we used to mark the moment that Chase offered us a behavior that we asked for. So to start this week, we did what's called charging it. I'm simply clicking the clicker and then either handing Chase a piece of food from my hand or placing it right on the ground. This week, because it's new for him, I did charge it about 5-6 times every day before we started. Good boy. Right there. The other thing we worked on this week was teaching Chase how to follow a food lure. So food lure we're going to use a lot of the time to lure them into certain positions. So we do want to make sure, good boy, that our puppies are good at following that food in our hands. Hi, buddy. What's that? So to get him attached to it, I'm going to let him sniff it and lick it a little bit, and then I will start pulling it out to the side. And as long as he takes a few steps to follow that food, I will click and then give him the food that's in my hand. Chase! The other thing we did this week with the food lure was pairing it with their name. It's just a name game that we can play to get him to recognize his name. Chase! Good boy. Good job, buddy. Okay. The other thing that we taught him this week was a release word. So your release word you're going to use when you are releasing him from whatever position you may have asked him to get into. So let's use sit, for example. You asked Chase to get into that sit, and he's sitting there very nicely. Now, before he leaves the position on his own, we want to release him. So that's where we'll use our release word. And the word that I've been using is okay. But when he gets home, you guys can use a different word if you'd like. So okay, all done, break. But similar to how we charged our clicker, I also charged that release word. So with that, I don't have to use my clicker. I'm just letting him sniffing, licking the cookie, and then okay. Tossing the food off to the side so he learns that when he hears that word, he is allowed to get up and go and find that cookie or leave whatever position he was in. Okay. Make sure that you practice tossing that cookie in each direction so he doesn't get used to just going to one direction. Hi, buddy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a very good boy. All right, let's show off some more things. The next thing we learned this week was a hand target. So the hand target, I am getting him attached to that piece of food. He's sniffing, he's licking, and then I'm going to pull it just off to the side. So I'm pulling my hand out to be flat, and as soon as I felt Chase hit it with his nose or his lips, that is the moment that I'm clicking. And then releasing that piece of food to him. Now this week we worked on it with food in our hand. Next week I will try to take the food away and do it without food. Good boy. So notice how I used my right hand, but I'm also practicing with my left hand. We want to make sure that when we're practicing this behavior, we use both of our hands so that the puppies don't get accustomed to just one hand versus the other. Yes, good boy. Very good boy. Yeah. You're doing great. You want to play with a toy? Is this Lammy? You're a good boy. Good job. All right, what next, huh? What's next? You don't want it? Go get it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Get your pizza. Ready? Get it. So in between the exercises, we do try to break it up with a little bit of play because remember, the puppies are still very young. So it's a lot of learning. We want to make sure they're having fun and learning how to play appropriately as well. All right, so the next thing that we learned this week was a sit. Now for Chase, he did struggle a little with jumping up, which is okay. This is new to him, but the way we work through that is I'm going to show Chase that I have that piece of food. I'm going to lure it up and back to get his little butt to go to the ground. Now his butt went down, but the paws are up. As soon as those paws go back down to the ground, so with this, I'm just waiting him out. As soon as the paws go back down to the ground, that's when I'm going to click and give him that piece of food. And now see, he's still in a sit, so this is where I can use that release word, okay, to get him out of that position. Good boy. Hi, is this going to be a big enough piece of food? Yes, good boy. You're being sassy. Oh, good job. So I clicked when he went down, but his paw came back up. So when that happens, so say you accidentally click because they gave the behavior, but then while you're clicking, they maybe popped up. Just make sure to always reward them. So wait to give them that food until they're back in that sit position. Good boy. Where are you going? Hi, what's that? Oh, you got an itch? Yeah, good boy. Good job. So I just threw in a hand target there to keep practicing those behaviors throughout the training session. What do you want to do next? Oh my. Are you scared of it? What? It's a squeaky toy. Ready? Get it. Hi, Anta boy. Yeah. Good boy. All right. Let's work on the mat. Yeah? Okay, ready? Get it. So the next thing that we worked on this week was the mat. This week we just did step 1 to the mat. So as soon as I tossed it down and Chase came over, that's the point that I clicked, and then I fed him 2 pieces of cookie directly onto the mat. With step 1, as soon as he's done eating that last piece of cookie, I'm going to pick him up and move the mat. Good boy. And then the goal is that when we move it, he's going to follow. Good boy. Which, as you can see, he is following that mat very well today. Oh, good boy, yes. Good job. I like that you got into a sit. Good boy. there's a tag. Ignore the tag. Let's try that again. Good boy. Good job, handsome. So I personally like to use the mat when I'm cooking in the kitchen, or if I have company over and I want my dog to go lay down somewhere. You can utilize the mat as a stationary behavior. What are you doing, buddy? That's you in the camera. So I'll cue my dogs to go lay down on the mat, maybe while someone comes in the house or while I'm cooking. That way they're not trying to jump up and get to the food. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yeah. How much time do we have left? How much time? Good boy. Where are the toys? You want to try this one? No. No. Okay, go get it. Thank you, sir. So the last part that we worked on this week was different handling exercises. So for this, I do like to use a higher reward. For some dogs, handling can be a little scary. Good boy. So in this instance, I am using chicken. I'm letting Chase lick the chicken, sniff it, get attached to it. While he's licking and sniffing, I am just bringing my hand under his belly, get him used to being held in that kind of way. Good boy. Yes. Good job. So a lot of the handling exercises we're going to need to practice to get our dogs comfortable with going to the vet, with going to the groomer, especially going to the groomer because these dogs are going to be there every, 5 to 6 weeks. So we want to get our dogs used to being touched in those ways. So right now I just practice a little gentle gradient of going from up top to the back of the body. And with that, I practice lifting his tail. Good boy. And the purpose of lifting his tail is maybe if he goes to the vet and he needs to get his temperature checked, or if he goes to the groomer and they need to clean up back there. Good boy. I also practiced handling each 4 paws. So for the front paws, I start up at the shoulders, just petting a little, and then slowly move my way down their legs. And then I lift up the paw. And as long as he continues to eat, I will click my clicker and then feed him that food. Hi, buddy. Can you stand for your back paws? Good boy. So again, I'm going to start up at the back to the hips, go down the leg, pick up a paw, click, and feed him the food. Get him attached to another piece of food and repeat for the other leg. Yes, good boy. Good job. And now for the front half of his body, same thing. I'm going to get him attached to some food. When I'm working on the face, I do like to use a verbal marker. Yes. Instead of the clicker, because sometimes the clicker up near their face can be a little scary. So I have him attached to a piece of food. I'm flipping back an ear. Yes. And then my verbal marker is that yes that you're hearing. So instead of clicking, I'm just going to say that. Good boy. So now flipping back the ears. Yes, good boy. You might want to do that to clean his ears, if he ever has an ear infection, if the groomer needs to pluck any ear hair. So we definitely want to make sure the dogs are comfortable with us getting in and around the ears. Good boy. Paws down. I know, I'll give it to you. Yes, good boy. So the next one's it can be tricky because they're eating while you're trying to do this, but lifting up a lip to make sure that we can look in their mouth. Yes, good boy. So I just like to kind of grab just the little cheek and pull that up so that we can get a look at their teeth. That's going to be really important for the vet to get in there to look at their teeth. If you ever think he has something stuck in his mouth, you want to make sure you can comfortably get in there without him panicking about it. And then we also practice just kind of pulling the hair back and opening the eye a little to mimic the vet looking into the eye. Good boy. Nope, get down. Yes. Good job, handsome. Ready? Okay. Good job, buddy. All right, I'm gonna get the harness out. So the next thing that we worked on this week was getting Chase dressed in a harness. I just gave you a free piece of food. Come here. What's this? So some dogs can be a little startled by the Velcro of the harness itself. So I do like to practice them getting used to the sound of it. So while he's snacking, licking on some chicken, I'm gonna rip the Velcro and then release a piece of food to him, kind of at the same time. Yes, good boy. Come here, buddy. So now to get him in his harness, I do like to kind of lure him to step in. Yes, good boy. And then once I have his paws there, I am gonna set the cookies down right in front of the harness so that Chase can snack on those while I get him clipped in. Good boy. Yeah. And then while Chase is in the harness, I'm just gonna toss a cookie to the side. Ready, go get it. So he can get used to moving around while wearing something. Have him follow a food lure. Yes, good boy. I know, is it weird? Good job. Good job, handsome. Chase. So again, once he's dressed, just practice different behaviors while he's in that harness, just to get him comfortable with the movement. Good boy. You seem very comfortable in that today. Good job. And then to get him out of the harness, very similar to how we got him in it, I'm going to show him that I have some chicken in my hand. I will start unbuckling it and then set the chicken down. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, that's it. That's all you had to do. Good job, buddy. And that's that. Right? Yeah. You did so well. All right, come here, handsome. Okay. Say bye to your people, buddy. Yeah.